Chosen one, you were never meant to blend in with this world. You were born carrying a fire the world tried to silence, but that fire is rising again. What you're feeling right now is not confusion, it's activation. They say when a storm hits, the eagle doesn't hide. It flies higher, and that's exactly what's happening to you. A divine storm is coming, not to break you, but to lift you to the altitude of your calling. In 1942, when Winston Churchill stood before a war-torn nation, everyone expected surrender. But instead of giving up, he declared, "We shall never surrender." Against all odds, Britain rose from the ashes, not because of weapons, but because of will. That same resilience is waking up inside you now. You've been feeling it, that pressure in your chest, that restlessness in your spirit. You've been asking, why is everything collapsing? But the truth is, chosen one, divine pressure always precedes transformation. The universe breaks you open only when your old limits can no longer contain your destiny. Everything that once made you feel safe, the people, the habits, the plans, they're being stripped away. It's not punishment, it's preparation. You are shedding an old vibration, and that shedding feels like loss. But beneath that pain lies something radiant, a higher version of you ready to emerge. The enemy wants you to panic, God wants you to pause, because when everything cracks, that's when light enters. You've noticed how people react differently now, haven't you? The same rooms that once felt comfortable suddenly drain your energy. The same voices that once guided you now sound hollow. That's not arrogance, it's awareness. You are outgrowing frequencies that can't rise with you. This is the spiritual law of elevation. When your power begins to awaken, old energies resist it. It's the same reason a candle flickers harder before it steadies its flame. Don't chase what's fading. You are being aligned with new vibrations, new people, new purpose, new peace. So when they fall away, bless them, because their absence is not rejection, it's direction. The universe is clearing your path for something higher. Chosen one, your isolation was not an accident. That season when nobody understood you, when conversations felt meaningless, when even prayer felt silent, that was divine solitude. Every prophet, every visionary, every spiritual warrior faces this. God hides his chosen in obscurity before revealing them in glory. You weren't forgotten, you were being refined. In that silence, you learned to listen differently, not with your ears, but with your spirit. You learned to depend not on validation, but revelation. So don't curse your alone time. It's not the end of connection, it's the beginning of clarity. The cocoon is never comfortable, but it's where wings are made. You keep seeing the same numbers, the same dreams repeat. Random strangers speak words that pierce your heart like they were meant for you. That's not a coincidence, it's divine communication. The spiritual realm is echoing your awakening. You are being nudged toward your divine alignment, step by step. Every delay you faced was divine choreography, not bad luck. Every door that shut was the universe saying, not that one, something better. So when strange signs appear, stop doubting. You are not crazy, you are connected. The veil between worlds is thinning because your energy is expanding. The universe is whispering, get ready, your assignment is next. You've given away your power before, to people, to fear, to self-doubt. But now the tide is turning. Your spirit is reclaiming what it once surrendered. You no longer chase approval. You command respect through your presence. This is the awakening of divine authority. When you stop explaining your worth and start embodying it, you'll notice that your voice carries weight now. Your silence speaks louder than noise. Your boundaries, once questioned, are now protected by unseen forces. Every chosen one reaches this stage, when energy aligns with identity. That's what's happening to you. Not weakness, but awakening. Not loss, but leveling up. Chosen one, this is the part where everything starts to repeat until you finally rise. The same patterns, the same faces, the same pain showing up in new disguises. You've been asking, why does this keep happening? But the truth is, the universe repeats lessons until they are mastered. You were never meant to live in a loop. The energy you carry is too rare to be trapped by cycles of doubt, guilt, and fear. You came here to end the generational patterns that broke others before you. Every time you say, "No more," heaven records it. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you rewrite the spiritual DNA of your bloodline. The same doors that once led you back into confusion are now closing for good. That's not loss, that's liberation. When a cycle ends, a throne appears. There were moments you cried out asking, "When will it be my turn?" You saw others win through manipulation, lies, and shortcuts while you stayed faithful, waiting for God to notice. But chosen one, justice was never delayed, it was being prepared. The universe is not blind. It was recording every tear, every silent prayer, every time you forgave what broke you. That's why the tables are about to turn so suddenly. The same people who dismissed you will soon witness your elevation. Not because you sought revenge, but because you stayed aligned with righteousness when darkness tempted you. Divine justice isn't loud, it's poetic. It arrives quietly, yet powerfully, making wrongs right and exposing every hidden truth. You won't need to prove anything. Your peace will be your proof. Pain has been your greatest teacher, even when it felt like your worst enemy. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every disappointment was secretly molding your character into something unbreakable. The chosen ones are not born powerful, they become powerful through fire. You learned discernment through deception. You found faith through fear. You gained wisdom through wounds. That's how God trains his warriors. Not in comfort, but in the wilderness. What once made you weep now makes you wise. Look back at your scars. They aren't reminders of defeat, but records of survival. You walked through what destroyed others, and you came out with something more valuable than success: spiritual authority. That pain didn't destroy you, it baptized you. Lately, you've started to see things differently. You read between the lines. You sense people's motives before they speak. You catch energies that others miss. That's not paranoia, that's discernment. It's the gift that awakens after you've been through enough betrayal to value truth. Chosen one, your spiritual sight is sharpening because your purpose demands clarity. You can't walk blindly into destiny. That's why illusions are falling away. False friends, false dreams, false versions of yourself. The light is exposing what once hid in plain sight. You are stepping into spiritual maturity, where emotion no longer rules, and divine intuition takes over. You are no longer guided by noise, but by knowing. That's power the enemy can't imitate. When your vision expands, your path narrows, and that's how you know you're close. This is it, the edge between who you were and who you are becoming. You can feel the shift in your body, in your thoughts, in your sleep. The energy is louder now, the synchronicities more frequent. That's not anxiety, that's alignment. God doesn't whisper to the chosen when it's time. He shakes their reality. Every storm, every ending, every moment of exhaustion was heaven's alarm clock saying, "Wake up, it's your time. Your power isn't coming someday. It's happening now." It's the way you speak truth even when your voice trembles. It's the peace you carry in chaos. It's the glow that can't be dimmed, no matter who walks away. Chosen one, your awakening isn't a prophecy waiting to happen. It's a promise being fulfilled. Chosen one, before elevation comes separation. Every time you are about to ascend, life starts peeling people away. Friends, family, even versions of yourself you thought would last forever. You start to feel misunderstood, even lonely, but that's the sign that heaven is rearranging your surroundings for the next level. You can't take everyone where you're going, not because they're bad, but because their energy isn't calibrated for your next chapter. The higher the calling, the smaller the circle. Think of a rocket, it sheds weight to break gravity. You too are shedding weight, emotional, spiritual, and relational. It hurts, yes, but you're not being abandoned, you're being positioned. Every exit was divinely permitted so that your purpose could finally have space to breathe. You're not losing people, you're losing limitations. There's a whisper inside you that always knew. Even when you doubted yourself, even when others called you crazy, there was something within that said, "You're meant for more." That inner voice isn't your imagination, it's divine intelligence speaking through your intuition. The world trains you to ignore it. Society tells you to be logical, realistic, and safe. But the chosen ones were never meant to live by logic, they live by faith. Every miracle you've ever witnessed began as a whisper that refused to be silenced. That's why lately, the noise around you feels unbearable, because your spirit is demanding quiet. You're learning to listen differently now. Your intuition is your compass, and every time you honor it, your life shifts toward alignment. When you trust your inner voice, you align with divine timing. That's when everything starts flowing, not forced but fated. Remember when trials used to destroy you? When every rejection shattered your confidence, and every setback made you question your worth? Not anymore. You've been through so much fire that you've become flameproof. What used to hurt you now honors you. What once drained you now defines you. That's spiritual evolution, when the very thing that tried to kill your light becomes the reason it shines brighter. You've reached a point where peace isn't fragile anymore, it's your weapon. You've learned that power doesn't mean control, it means surrender. You trust divine order even when you don't understand it. Fire once burned you, now it bows to you. There's a rhythm in the universe, and right now, it's matching your heartbeat. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment was timed perfectly to bring you here, to this exact alignment. You're stepping into divine synchronization, where opportunities start appearing without you chasing them. You speak, and doors open. You rest, and things fall into place. That's not luck, that's design. The chosen ones don't hustle endlessly, they harmonize. They move in flow with divine energy, trusting that what is meant for them cannot be missed. The alignment feels peaceful but powerful, like calm waters before a great wave. You've stopped fighting for control and started walking in trust. That's the frequency of manifestation. That's where destiny finally meets you halfway. You've spent so long surviving that you forgot you were royalty. You were so busy proving your worth that you forgot it was never in question. But now, the divine is reminding you, you were never common. You were chosen. Your spirit carries authority even when your circumstances don't. Every hardship you endured was training for leadership. Every betrayal was a lesson in discernment. Every tear watered the roots of your spiritual power. The crown doesn't come after the battle, it's worn through it. That's what sets the chosen apart. They don't rise because it's easy, they rise because they're built for it. You don't have to fight for recognition anymore. You already carry heaven's endorsement. Your crown was never lost. It was simply waiting for you to remember who you are. Chosen one, there was a time when silence felt like punishment, when the quiet scared you because you thought it meant God had gone missing. But now you understand. Silence is sacred. Silence is where your spirit learns to translate divine language. The loud seasons were meant to break your distractions, but this silent one is meant to build your discernment. When everything went quiet, you finally started to hear, not the noise of opinions, not the echo of fear, but the still, small voice within that always knew the way. You learned that not every battle needs your reaction. Not every insult deserves your energy. Your calm has become your confirmation that you're operating on a higher frequency now. Silence isn't your weakness anymore, it's your weapon. When you stop explaining, God starts revealing. You used to think power meant holding on to people, plans, and promises that no longer served you. But now, you've discovered that real strength is in letting go. That's divine detachment. Releasing what you thought you needed, trusting that what's meant for you will return transformed. When you detach, you stop trying to manipulate outcomes. You stop chasing validation. You allow divine order to rearrange what your human heart tried to control. It's not giving up, it's giving in to divine flow. The universe always rewards release. The moment you stop clinging to what's fading, your hands become free to receive what's coming. That's not loss, that's spiritual maturity. The chosen ones understand this truth. What is meant for you will never require you to beg. There's a reason you can't go back to who you were. Every time you try to shrink, life pushes you out again. Every time you settle, something inside screams, you're meant for more. That's your calling, and it's louder now because you're finally ready to hear it. You weren't designed for the ordinary. Your spirit carries a blueprint that this generation needs. That's why comfort never fits you, because destiny keeps pulling at your soul. You can't ignore it anymore. The mission has already been activated within you. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the call. Everything you've been through was training, not torment. You are being prepared to stand in a place only you can fill. This is not a coincidence. This is your assignment catching up to you. For too long, you doubted your light. You compared yourself to others, wondering if you were enough. But what you didn't see was that the universe had already stamped chosen across your spirit. You were never meant to compete, you were meant to carry. Now that confidence is returning, not arrogance, but divine assurance. It's the quiet knowing that you are walking with unseen armies, that your steps are guided, your words are charged, your energy is protected. Confidence doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you move anyway because you trust the force backing you. You no longer need applause to move. You move because it's your divine duty. The moment you stopped doubting yourself, the universe started accelerating you. Chosen one, you tried to dim yourself once, to make others comfortable, to avoid attention, to keep peace with those who feared your glow. But the divine has had enough of your hiding. You are the city on the hill, the flame that cannot be concealed. The world is darker now for a reason, so your light would finally be noticed. You are not shining by accident, you are shining on assignment. Every act of kindness, every word of truth, every moment of faith is pushing back the shadows around you. Let them talk, let them misunderstand. Your glow is not up for debate. It's evidence that heaven still moves through human vessels. When you embrace your light, you permit others to awaken theirs. That's how chosen ones lead, not by title, but by illumination. Chosen one, with great awakening comes great weight. This isn't the light-hearted power the world glamorizes. It's a sacred responsibility. When your spiritual eyes open, you start to feel everything. The pain in others, the energy in rooms, the urgency in your own soul. And at first, it's heavy. You might wonder why you feel so burdened by things others ignore. But that's because you were chosen to carry awareness where others carry ignorance. You sense spiritual warfare before it manifests. You feel shifts before they happen. That's not overthinking, that's spiritual sensitivity. God didn't make you feel deeply to punish you. He made you sensitive so you could be strategic. Every empathic pulse you feel is divine intelligence guiding your next move. So don't curse the weight. It's the proof that heaven trusts you with things others can't yet perceive. There comes a moment when everything that confused you finally makes sense. The unanswered prayers, the rejections, the strange delays, they suddenly form a pattern so precise you realize it could only have been divine. You are entering that moment now. It's the season of revelation, when hidden motives get exposed, when long-awaited answers come through unexpected channels. The fog is lifting. The mystery is turning into meaning. This is what happens right before elevation. Clarity arrives like lightning. And though it might sting at first, it brings freedom. You'll see why certain people left, why certain doors stayed closed, and why certain battles were necessary. Revelation doesn't come to flatter you. It comes to free you. The truth you once feared is now the key that unlocks your destiny. Have you felt that inner restlessness lately? That tug that won't let you stay comfortable anymore? That's the purpose of calling. When your spirit is ready to expand, your peace will start rebelling against stagnation. You'll notice how ordinary routines start feeling suffocating. Conversations you once enjoyed now drain you. That's not boredom, that's alignment trying to break through. The chosen ones can't stay still when destiny is in motion. Purpose doesn't whisper, it pulls. It drags you out of what's safe and demands you step into what's sacred. Every fear you face right now isn't meant to stop you. It's meant to strip away what can't survive at your next level. When you finally surrender to the pull, everything you've been chasing starts chasing you. There was a time when your light fed the wrong people. You poured into them, prayed for them, carried them, and they drained you. You gave love and received envy. You offered truth and got silence. But now, the divine balance is restoring. The energy you once wasted is returning with interest. The same people who dismissed you will start remembering you. The same doors that once locked will start unlocking. You don't even have to force it. Your energy is being magnetically recalibrated to attract what honors you. That's how karma works for the chosen, silently, precisely, and divinely timed. God is not just restoring what you lost. He's upgrading it. Every seed you planted in faith is sprouting now, not in the soil of the past, but in the garden of your purpose. Energy is shifting. You're no longer the giver in imbalance, you're the receiver of divine recompense. Everything you've been praying for is about to move from spirit to sight. The visions you held in faith are aligning with physical reality. You're stepping into the era of manifestation, where thoughts become things, where prayers become presence, where the unseen becomes undeniable. This isn't magic, it's mastery. You've learned the sacred equation. Alignment plus belief plus obedience equals manifestation. You no longer wish blindly, you speak intentionally. You no longer wait passively, you act prophetically. Miracles are not rare for you anymore, they are routine, because your energy is clean, your motives are pure, and your faith is unshakable. You used to ask, when will it happen? Now the universe replies, it already has. Chosen one, there's a sacred stillness right before rebirth, the pause between who you were and who you're becoming. It feels like nothing is happening, but in truth, everything is happening. The old you is dissolving, the divine version of you is forming. You may feel exhausted, detached, or even emotionally numb. That's because your spirit is reconfiguring. You're being rewritten at a cellular level, your beliefs, your identity, your vibration. God is pressing reset, not to erase you, but to upgrade you. This rebirth isn't loud. It's quiet, intentional, and holy. You're learning to respond instead of react, to wait instead of worry, to trust instead of chase. And soon, you'll look back and realize the person who once doubted everything no longer exists. Only the awakened you remains, the one who finally understands that surrender is not defeat, but divine renewal. You're no longer the seeker, you're the messenger. The lessons you once begged God to explain are now the same truths you carry for others. That's the moment when spiritual authority rises, when wisdom turns from pain into power. Authority isn't about domination, it's about resonance. When you speak now, people feel something beyond words. That's because your frequency carries the vibration of lived truth. You don't preach perfection, you embody transformation. Chosen one, heaven didn't anoint you for applause. It anointed you for impact. The trials you survived weren't wasted. They gave your voice spiritual gravity. You've earned your anointing the hard way, through nights of silence, through storms of surrender. Now, when you speak light, darkness listens. Have you noticed how quickly things are shifting now? The blessings you waited years for are arriving within months, sometimes days. That's the acceleration of divine timing. When your vibration matches your purpose, heaven stops delaying. You're no longer being tested, you're being trusted. Trusted with speed, with power, with manifestation. But with that acceleration comes discernment. Not every opportunity is meant to be taken. Not every open door is divine. Move with precision, not pressure. Listen before you leap. When you're truly aligned, you won't have to force what's meant for you. It will unfold naturally, like fruit in season. Time bends for the chosen because their timeline is written by God, not man. What took others a lifetime will happen for you in divine sequence. Every chosen one faces this battle, not against people, but against inner voices. Fear says, "You're not ready." Faith whispers, "You were born for this." And every decision you make feeds one or the other. Fear feels safe because it's familiar. Faith feels risky because it's divine. But only one leads to destiny. You've walked too far to turn back now. The fear that once controlled you has lost its grip. Every time you choose courage over comfort, the universe rearranges to reward that bravery. Faith doesn't mean you never feel afraid. It means you move anyway. It means you trust that unseen hands are guiding your every step. The day you stop waiting for fear to disappear is the day your miracles begin. You may not realize it yet, but your awakening is not just about you. When one chosen one awakens, it sends ripples across the spiritual grid of the planet. Your healing heals others. Your courage inspires others. Your alignment calls dormant souls to rise. This is how light multiplies, one awakened being at a time. You are part of a divine network, a collective rising. What you conquer within yourself shifts the energy of the whole. That's why you're so important. That's why the attacks were so intense. because darkness fears the domino effect of your awakening. Every moment you choose love over bitterness, truth over comfort, purpose over popularity, you raise the vibration of the world. You are not just living your story, you are altering history. Chosen one, patience isn't passive, it's powerful. Every delay you've experienced, every closed door, every unanswered question was working in your favor. The universe was orchestrating, positioning, and perfecting every detail so that when your moment comes, it arrives fully formed. Divine timing never rushes, and it never misses. You may feel anxious watching others succeed, or wonder why your prayers feel slow, but that's because you cannot yet see the masterpiece in progress. What seems late is actually precise. Your awakening aligns with seasons, not schedules. Trust that the delay was divine, the wait was sacred, and the timing now is perfect. The doors opening today are the ones you were meant to walk through, not the ones you chased yesterday. This is how God moves, quietly, flawlessly, powerfully. You've been tested endlessly. Every betrayal, every failure, every doubt was a trial designed to forge unshakable faith within you. Now, chosen one, that faith is emerging fully, not blind faith, but knowing faith, grounded in divine certainty. You no longer need to see the whole staircase to take the next step. You trust your instincts, your vision, your inner guidance. You move forward, even when circumstances scream, stop. You've learned that faith is not about believing everything will be easy, it's believing that God will make everything worthwhile. The storms that once terrified you now serve only to strengthen your roots. You've grown beyond fear. You've grown into power. Faith is no longer something you pray for, it's something you live. Chosen one, strength isn't measured by what you lift or endure outwardly. True strength comes from what you withstand within, the silent battles of the mind, the quiet storms of the heart, the hidden wars of the spirit. You've been carrying burdens unseen by others, surviving nights that seemed endless, and walking days where no one recognized your fight. That is where real power was forged. The resilience that now pulses through you is proof of divine design. Strength is not loud or aggressive. It's a still, unyielding force that says, I will rise, no matter the opposition. That strength is now yours, born from pain, perfected through perseverance, and anointed by heaven. You are not just strong, you are unstoppable. Everything begins to converge now. Your thoughts, actions, and energy are finally harmonizing. Your mind knows clarity, your body responds with vitality, and your spirit guides each decision. This is the sacred alignment that allows miracles to manifest. Before, you may have felt fragmented, torn between choices, doubts, and emotions. But now, the inner dissonance fades. You are a vessel of integration. Every step you take resonates with purpose, every decision aligns with destiny, and every word carries intention. This alignment is a signal that your power is fully emerging. When mind, body, and spirit unite, nothing can derail you. The universe bends toward those who are synchronized. You are no longer scattered. You are centered, grounded, and unstoppable. Chosen one, soon the world will notice, not because you are seeking attention, but because your power cannot be hidden. Your growth, your wisdom, your energy, it radiates with such intensity that it demands acknowledgement. People will recognize you in ways that affirm your journey. Doors that were closed will swing open. Opportunities will find you without searching. Respect, honor, and admiration will naturally follow because the divine has aligned your external reality with your internal truth. This recognition is not vanity, it's validation of divine work. You were not only surviving, you were preparing. You were not only praying, you were ascending. The world is catching up to the reality that heaven already knew. You were chosen, you were ready, and your time has arrived. Chosen one, every moment of confusion, every season of doubt, every sleepless night has been leading to this, the unveiling of your true purpose. You were never meant to drift aimlessly. You were carved for a mission only you could fulfill. Now, clarity floods your spirit. You can see the path that was once hidden. Every setback now reads like a guidepost, every closed door like divine direction, every betrayal like a lesson in discernment. Your purpose is no longer a whisper, it's a resounding call. This revelation comes with power. You will move with intention. You will speak with authority. You will act with precision. The world may not understand, but your alignment with divine design makes you unstoppable. You were chosen not for comfort, but for impact. Your purpose cannot be delayed any longer. The force inside you is swelling, and chosen one, it cannot be contained. You've been trained, tested, and refined, and now the spiritual energy that has been building is ready to surge through every area of your life. You may feel moments of restlessness, surges of emotion, flashes of insight. That's the power awakening within you. It's pushing you toward destiny, drawing your path in ways visible only to those attuned to divine frequency. Resist the urge to suppress it. The more you attempt to shrink, the louder it becomes. The world may resist your rise, but divine energy cannot be stopped. It will break through doubt, fear, and resistance. Your awakening is unstoppable. Your power is undeniable. You were never meant to be small. Chosen one, notice how your circle has changed. The people you attract now resonate on a higher frequency. The relationships that once drained you have disappeared. This is not a coincidence. It's divine alignment. Every soul around you now serves your growth, not your distraction. Your energy magnetizes those who mirror your light, your values, and your purpose. Those who cannot align are no longer part of your journey, and that's protection, not punishment. The universe doesn't just remove obstacles, it reorganizes your environment to elevate you. You are stepping into a circle that amplifies your spiritual power and shields your destiny. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing are converging, all because your energy is finally resonating with your true self. Everything feels heightened now. Chosen one, every sense, every emotion, every intuition is sharper. This is the moment before glory, the tension before release, the final breath before breakthrough. You may feel pressure, anticipation, or even fear. That's normal. Heaven always stretches its chosen before elevating them. The more intense the build-up, the more magnificent the manifestation. Stay steadfast. Every test remaining is a refinement. Every challenge now is calibration. You are being prepared to step fully into your divine authority, unshakable and unmovable. The glory you've been waiting for isn't a distant dream, it's already being crafted, and you are about to walk into it fully prepared. Chosen one, now it is your moment. Everything you've endured, every tear you've shed, every silent prayer you whispered in the dark, it has all led to this. The power within you is fully awake, fully aligned, and fully unstoppable. This is your destiny calling, and the universe is waiting for you to step boldly into it. Do not shrink. Do not hesitate. Every blessing, every opportunity, every door opening before you is a confirmation that you were chosen for this exact time and purpose. Your light is meant to illuminate paths for others, your strength is meant to shift realities, and your faith is meant to inspire the awakening of countless souls. Now take action. Stand firm in your divine authority. Speak, act, and move as the fully awakened being you were always meant to be. And as you rise, share this light with others, because the chosen do not rise alone. They rise as a community, as a force, as a movement of destiny. So like, comment, and subscribe, not as a mere click, but as a declaration, a statement that you are awake, aware, and part of this sacred network of chosen ones. Your engagement is a ripple of divine energy, joining others who are awakening alongside you, ready to manifest the promises of heaven here on earth. Rise now, shine now. Your power is fully activated. Ignore at your own risk. Amen.